Hi students, it's Miss Darcel of Faith and Roots Private Tutoring, and welcome to our video series where we correct section 3 math questions. Now remember, we're looking for keyword clues to help us to answer any questions, and we also pause, try the questions yourself, and then you press play and see if you get the same answer as me. So come along, get your pencils and your paper out, and let's try this question. Also, remember to like and subscribe and share with your friends and try some math practice questions with me. All right, so let's check out this section 3 question. In a pattern, after 3 x's, there is 1 plus, shown here. Complete the pattern for 12 symbols. All right, so we just fill in the blanks, right? Pretty simple. So let's go. X, X, X. I have to put in plus. Plus. This is a very easy question. X, X, X. Plus. X, X, X. Plus. Wow, why can all questions be this easy? That was great. That's a really nice, easy question. All right. Now, part B. If 52 symbols are used in a similar pattern, how many X's are there? Let me see something. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I was just checking something. All right, so 52 patterns are used in a similar pattern. 52 symbols, sorry, are used in a similar pattern. So we know it's going to be, this is the pattern here. 3 X's, 1 plus. How many X's are there? All right, so the first thing we need to do. All right, so we know that the pattern is 3 X's and let me use a different color. And 1 plus. Right, so that gives us 4 items in a group. All right, so that means there are 4 items in each group. All right, so just like what's in that blue box over here, there are 4 items in each group. So grouping, that's a clue. How do we group? Grouping involves a certain type of mathematical hint, right? Operation. So there are 52 symbols and there are 4 groups. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grouping is a keyword for dividing. So we're gonna divide and we have figured out that there are 13 groups. All right, so 13 of these. So what that means is with 13 groups, we can figure out how many X's there are. So that means 13 multiplied by 3, right, means that there are 39 X's. Right, and there you have it. We've answered number 40. So let's try another one. Don't forget, pause it, try the question on your own, and then press play. All right, so let's look at the next question. Drew has a card collection. He gives 5/16 to Cujo and then 1/3 of the remainder to Joseph. If Drew remains with 242 cards, how much did he start with? All right, so this question has a lot of parts. All right, so let's just do a quick breakdown of the parts. So he has a card collection. That's one piece of information. He gives 5/16. That's another piece of information. Then he gives the remainder to Joseph. That's another piece of information. He remains with 242 cards. That's a fourth piece of information. And then we have how much did he start with? That's a fifth piece of information. All right, so before we even get to number 5, we have to work our way all the way from number 1. All right, so let's do that. So first things first. All right, he has what's that? A collection. So we're gonna use this fraction here, the 5/6, all right, to figure out the total. All right, so that means we're going to use the denominator. So of his total card collection, he gave 5/16 to Cujo. So we can deduce that his collection started out with 16 out of 16, right? So let's start our statements. So we can say Drew, right? 16 out of 16. That's his fraction. He gave away, all right, to Cujo. He gives 5/16 to Cujo. So that means his remainder for Cujo. So we can say Cujo got, and we're just putting our statements down, 5/16. All right, so Joseph, therefore, will get the remainder. So that remainder is 16 right? 16 minus 5/16. All right, so Drew had 16 out of 16. He gave Cujo 5 out of 16. So therefore, he remained with 11 out of 16. Now, out of that 11 out of 16, he then gave that to Joseph. So we're not done with Joseph. 1/3 of the remainder to Joseph of, that's a keyword clue. I'm going to put it somewhere here. Means to multiply. All right, so we're still working on Joseph. So of the 11/16, 1/3 of 11/16 is what Joseph is getting. All right. So 1/6, so we can just cross multiply. Well, not cross multiply, we just multiply across. So that's 1 by 11 is 11. 3 by 16 is 48. All right. Now, what does this mean? So this is our first 3 parts of the question. So this is like parts 1 to 3. All right. Let me get comfortable here. It's a lot of work. All right, so next step. So we need to figure out how much did he give to he gave away? Let's figure that out. So he gave Kojo and Joseph a certain amount away. All right, that amount, so we come in here now, our next step. So 5/16 that he gave to Kojo added to the 11/48 he gave to Joseph. So this amount is going to be the total that he gave away, right? So we're coming here now. So 5/16 plus 11/48. We're going to use equivalent fraction or LCM. So we're going to change 5/16 into equivalent fraction where its denominator is also 48, right? Because the LCM in this case is 48. So let's do that on the side. So we can come here, a little working area. So 5/16, turn that into an equivalent fraction. Right, so to go from 16 to 48, you have to multiply by 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. So we also multiply 5 by 3, and we get 15. All right, so now it's easier for us to add. So 5/16 turns into 15 over 48 plus 11 over 48 for a total of 26 over 48. Remember, we must always reduce or simplify our fractions. So that can be reduced by divided by 2 into 13 over 24. Right? So he gave away 13/24. Right? So we've only gotten up to the first 3 parts of the question. We haven't even gotten to the 4th part. So let's keep going. I'm going to put that over here. So next part now, let's come at the top here. So Dave kept, we know he gave away 13 out of 24. So we know the total or the whole would be 24 out of 24, right? So 24 over 24, subtract 13 over 24, means that he kept 11 out of 24 parts, right? So what he kept is what remained. And if you look at part 4 over here, Drew remains with 242 cards. So therefore, they are the same. 11 over 24 is the same as 242. So in fraction form, 242 in this case would be 11 out of 24. Now, we did this in some previous episodes. What do we do when we have a fraction, a whole number, and we need to find the whole or the starting amount, starting number of a question? So we have a part. So the part is 11 out of 24, right? And we need to find the total. So hint, it's not going to be 24 to 24, right? We have to find a whole number. So we're going to use 11 over 24 and 242 to help us with that. All right, so we are now on part 5 of the question, right? How much did he start with? So I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use this reddish color here. So starting number, I'm going to use a symbol of cards equals. Now, what do we usually do? Hopefully you remembered. So 242 is going to be divided by 11/24. When we're dividing by a fraction, we have to, let's put the whole number, change the sign from division into multiplication, and flip over the second fraction. So 24/11. All right, so this is where your division and multiplication skills come in. So 11 will go into 242 22 times. All right, let's put that work in over here. How did I get 22? 242 divided by 11, long division. 11 with 24 two times. 2 times 11 is 22. We subtract, we get 2. We bring down with 2. We get 2 again. 11 and 22 is 2, so we get 22. Right, and then we have 22 multiplied by 24. So let's put that there. We put a 0 to hold the space. 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 2s are 8. Right, that's 8. 4 and 4, we're supposed to add, right? 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So our grand total number of cards is 528 cards. We did it! Now this is a 4-mark question. You see how much working we had to do to solve this? So stick with me. You're going to be able to solve all these 4-mark questions, section 3 questions in less than 5 minutes, right? So, right. So thank you for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more episodes of SEA Math. I will have an episode twice a week. I'll finalize the dates a little later on, right? So make sure you subscribe to get any updates of questions. If you have questions, you are free to submit it in the comments, right, that you would like me to answer for you. Make sure it's not homework or for a test. Give yourself enough time because I might check it in time, right? But if you have questions you'd like me to answer, feel free to put it in the chat. All right, have a great day. Bye.